Hello guys, welcome to this video. I will still be looking at the February-March 2023 paper 2-1 ICT. But for this video, I'll be looking at the database aspect, right? Which starts from number 18, which is task 3. So let's begin. Students at the Tara High School are placed in one of 4 groups which are called houses. These houses are Jupiter, Mars, Neptune, and Saturn. You are now going to prepare some reports based on school tests. Okay. Using database software, import the file m23test.csv. Okay. Do not import English field. So it's very, very important that we note this. Okay. Use these field names and data types. So first of all, let's import m23 test.csv. So let me create my database. I want to go to blank database. I actually want it to be in my work area, which is here, right? So, and I want to have it, the name to be February, March 2023, 2-1, 2023, something like that, 2023. Okay, let me just do underscore 2023, something like that. Underscore 2023. So I'll okay that and then create my database, right? So I'm going to close this default table here. I'm going to go to external data from new data source here and then text file. Now you want to browse for your data. So I have a m23 test.csv. You want to import that. Now let's remember the English that we shouldn't import, right? So let's nest it, and then here first row contains field names checked. Okay, so we want to get to the next point. Now let's remove English. So we want to go to advanced here, and then here you want to check this in the English row, right, to skip English. So we can okay that. So we don't really want English column to be imported, so we go next. Now, is there any primary key? Let's be sure that if there's any primary key. So set registration code as the primary key, right? So so let's set our own primary key. Of course, registration code has been selected automatically, and then we're good with that. So we can next and then finish. Any error? No error. So we're good to go with that, right? So let's see. So imported, and then of course, do we have English there? Let's see. Let's look at our fields to be sure that there's no English field there. I don't think so, because we are very sure of what we did. So no English field. We made sure that English is removed, right? Good. Yeah. So let me just be sure that all my data, everything, these labels are showing pretty well. Okay. So let's go to the next part of the question. So English out. And one thing I will need to make sure is to ensure that the field names and data types are as what we have in the question here. So you want to go to design view, home, design view here. So we have text from given name. So of course the primary key is already given. We've already set the primary key. And then house from what's it called? Registration code to house is text. They're all text. Okay, so maths till science, they're all numbers. Okay, so the next thing we want to do, we want to make sure we want to set all this to 1 decimal places, or 1 decimal, or sorry, 0 decimal place. Okay, so let's begin. So we want to go to maths. We want to go to maths here. You want to get to decimal place, set it to 0 decimal place. Set this one also to 0 decimal place. And this also, sorry, decimal places 0, and then science to 0 decimal places. Okay, so I will save my changes also. And then let's see what else. Okay, save the data. Okay, which we just done. Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the field names, data types, and primary key used in the table. Okay, so of course we need to take a screenshot of this, right? So you want to use your snapping tool and then take a screenshot of this. So I will kind of extend my screenshot to get the decimal place. Okay, so I'll just copy that and then go to my evidence. This is step 18, I suppose. Let me just be sure. This is step 18. Okay, evidence 5. So we can paste our uh, what's it called? Our evidence right there. Okay. All right. So let's go to the next question, which is question 19. Import the file m23houses.csv as a new table in your database. Set the house code field as the primary key. So let's go ahead. So let's close this. Let me close the table here. Want to go to external file, external data again. Then from file here, text file. Our interest is in m23houses.csv. So which is this one. And then we close. We okay that. Go next. Next. Want to set the row. The first row contains field names, and then we're good with that. Go ahead. Okay, sorry. We need to set. Okay, no. The next point, we need to set a primary key. So the house code field should be the primary key, right? Which is already indicated. House code. Okay, so automatically selected too. So we're good. And then okay, this. Okay. So this is what we have. Sorry, this is what we have. This one actually. Okay. All right, so let's see. There's no adjustment to that, so we're good. Okay, so examine the file m23 start.csv to identify the most appropriate field to use as a primary key. Import this file as a new table in your database using this field as the primary key. Okay, so the field that we're going to identify from this table will be the primary key. Okay, we're going to set that as the primary key. So what we're going to do here is to we want to actually examine that file. So let's go examine the file first of all. So here I have the m23 staff. Where are you? Okay, so if you look at the table here, you find out that the class code is the most appropriate for primary key because it has unique records. Okay, here. All right. So of course, so class code will be the most important. So let's close this and then import it. Okay. So let's close this. We want to go to external data tab. We want to click on new data source and then from file, text file. We want to browse for the file and then we're interested in m23staff.csv. Want to open that. Want to okay that and then go next and then of course check this. First row contains field names. Now in the next here we want to set the primary key as the class code, which is the most appropriate. Okay, so we can next that and then finish. Okay, so that's that for that. Okay, so use as most appropriate field and then to use as primary key, import the file as new table in your database using this field as a primary key. Okay, so we've done that, right? So place in your evidence document screenshot evidence showing the field names, data types, and the primary key used in each table. Okay, so we have m23 houses.csv and then m23 staff.csv. So we want to show the data types and then the primary key. So I want to open this, then go to my design view. I want to take a screenshot here. So let me just take the screenshot of this. Okay. And then copy here and then paste right here. Okay. I'll paste it here. So this one's for m23 houses. And then I have the staff. So, okay, to my design view, I'll take a screenshot also. So I have my primary key as class code, and then copy that. You want to paste it. So let me just paste it next to this one. Just okay. Let me just push it down a little further. So we're good with that. So this is supposed to be step 19 evidence. Okay. So which is what is supposed to be step 19 evidence. Let me just push this one down a little further. Okay, evidence 6, right? Okay. Okay, so we are done with step 19. So let's go to step 20. It did the following record in the test table. Okay, so let me first of all close this. I don't like my tables to be open, so let me just close them. Okay, so in the test M23 test table, so let's check your data entry. Okay, it did the following record in the test table. So registration code 2016_29. So the class code will be changed from 6B to 6T. Okay, so let's look for 29. So this is 29 here. Just 2016_29. So we want to trace the class code which is here. So we want to change this to T. Okay, 6T, right? So that done. Okay. So we've made sure that everything is okay. So now 20. So this one is 20 is done. 21. Create one-to-many relationships between the primary key field of the start table and the class code of the test table. Okay. So first of all, let's create that first of all. So let me close this. We want to go to database tools. We want to go to relationship. You want to import. You want to bring in all these tables here. Now, the first. Okay, let me just make sure that my data, every field is showing here. So let's see the table. The question again. The start table. The primary key of the start table and the class code of the test table. Okay. So you want to have the class code here. You want to drag the class code here to the class code in the test table here. Okay. So that's the relationship, and then you have to enforce referential integrity, and then you create. Okay. And then what's next? So the primary key field of the houses table and the house code field of the test table. Okay. So let's see. So this is the primary key of the house, and then we'll have the house code here. Okay, so we'll drop it on it, and then enforce integrity also, and then create, right? So house code, class code. Okay, so we're good with that. So this relationship that we've created. Let me just bring this one closer. I guess we're going to take screenshot, I suppose. Okay, so place in your evidence a document screenshot showing the one-to-many relationships between the tables. Okay, so let me screenshot again. Let me just screenshot this. So from here, I want to select this. Okay, so I think this is okay because this is the right screenshot, because of course this 1 here to 1 to infinity here is showing the one-to-many relationship between the tables. Okay, so you don't have to go start showing this what's it called, a dialog box here. Okay, so this serves pretty well. Okay, so I'm going to just copy this, and I will paste it in my step 21 here. So let me just paste it here, and this is enough to show the examiner that you know what you're doing. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to save my changes and then go ahead to step 22. So using fields from all tables, produce a tabular report that selects the records where the gender is F. Okay, so let's begin. So first of all, my son is calling me. I'm working, okay? I'll see you later. Go and meet mommy. I'm, I'm so sorry, guys. My son, he won't allow me to rest. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so here, So we want to actually, first of all, create a query based on the fields given, right? We want to create a query based on all these fields here. First of all, so to extract the right fields and information before we kind of query it. So let's go to, let me close this. Let's go to create. We want to click on query wizard and then okay that. Now our interest now will be on the various fields. Family name, family name, that's the first one. And then you have to be sure, because the question says that it has to be in this order with data and labels displayed in full. Do not group. Okay, so let's take note of that. Okay, so we have gender, and then okay, gender, that's the next one, and then the next will be teacher name and science. So we have with teacher name here. Okay, so let's go to staff table to look for teacher name, and then science. Where's science? Let's see. Okay, science is here. Move it right there. And then we'll have math and computer science. So this is math here, and then computer science is next. We're good with that. And then the next one, design, technology, and house name. Design, technology, house name. Let's go to house and see if it's there. Okay, house name is here. And then and class code. Okay, so class code is here. You can also pick it in maybe what's it called, text or something. Yeah, class code is here. So anyone, you can pick it from anywhere. Okay, class code in this order with data and labels displayed in full. Do not group. Okay, so we're good with that. So let's go ahead. I will leave sorting. I will leave sorting for now. Calculate the number of students and places. This okay. So I'm going to leave some of this, and then we're going to take a note of. Okay, we're going to look at this also in the when we're creating the proper report. So our business right now is these three here. Okay, so let's go ahead. So let's nest it. You want to nest here also. And then the title here, I want to give it step. What step is this? What question is this? Question 22. So I want to call it question 22. Question 22 query. Just to remember which question I created the query on. So I'll okay that. So this is our query here. Okay. All right. So the next thing is to go to design view. Let me just right click here and then go to design view. All right. So let's filter this query. So we select the records where gender is F, which is female. So we have gender here, F, which is female. And then you want to run that. So we have all the gender here, all females, right? Good. And then the next one is to where science is 80 or more, which is greater than or equals to 80, right? So we'll go back. Science is greater than or equals to 80. So you want to run that to be sure that everything works perfectly. So it's greater than or equals to 80 here. So there's 80 here, and then any other value greater than 80 is also included in this, right? So let's go back again and see the next criteria. The class code contains six. So we're going to use a wildcard here. So let's locate the class code column here. So we're going to use a wildcard. So wildcard, we're going to use a star and 6 and of course this. Okay. So if you want to read more on wildcard, I've made a video on that. So I will do a link just up here. It will appear soon. Okay. So this means that anything before 6 and anything after 6. So once 6 is contained in that field, then it's going to give us a result. Okay. So as you can see here, we have a class code all containing 6. Okay, so we're good with that also. So what other thing do we have? Okay, so we're done with this. And then of course, okay, so it's time to now create the report proper, right? So I'm going to this. I'm going to save it, sorry, and then close that. Then I want to go to create. I want to go to report wizard here. Now, my report will be based on the query, right? Question 22 query. So I want to just select that. So I will need the whole of the fields, okay? And then I will nest that. I don't want to do anything here from the question. No grouping, okay? The sorting here, I'm going to leave it till I get to the report proper. So now this is the place that we want to do any adjustment if there is any. So it has a page orientation of landscape. So you want to make sure that you check the landscape, and then make sure, of course, this fits on a single page wide. So you want to make sure that this is also checked, right? And of course, it's tabular from the question here. It's a tabular report. So we've made sure that it's also checked by default also. So we want to nest that. So let me give it let's give it question 22 report. Okay, no, let me give it a name actually. Thank you very much. I just remember right now. Okay, so let me just give it this name. Includes the title STEM science class for 2024, something like that. So let me just copy that, okay, because I like to give it that title so that I can just automatically have a title immediately using this name. So I'm going to use this name. If you want, you can use any other name, but let me just use this for the purpose of this class. Okay, so let's oh, sorry, it looks like there's a space somewhere. There's a space at the beginning, so I'm going to just backspace at the beginning there, and then okay that. Okay, so this is what we have. So let's see. Okay, so automatically include. So this question has been answered immediately because includes the title STEM science class for 2024 displayed in a larger font size, fully visible at the top of the report. Okay, so as you can see, that has been done by default here, as you can see. All right, okay, so let's look at other conditions. Okay, so so let's strike out this. So for this now, let's sort the data. But before we sort data, let's arrange our fields, right? So I want to make sure I'm in layout view. So I will just click on the heading field, and then hold down my control key, and then click on the details. So I want to start resizing this, and then start making them to look a little more presentable. Because if you look at science here, and then what's it called, maths, they're all clustered together here. So that's why I'm doing all this. So let's just space them, and then make sure every label is shown from what the question says. So I want to hold down my control key as I select them. Okay, science here. Okay, so I have maths, and then I hold down my control key again, and then sorry, click on maths, hold down control key, and click on the details, and then remove your hand from control, and then resize. Okay, so here, hold down control key again, and then resize one more time. Okay, so do same for this. So I'm going to push one to the right, move this one to the right a bit, and then hold this, and then move this one to the right, so everything is showing properly. Okay, so I think I'm good with this. All right. Okay. So everything is showing, so we're good with this. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is to actually sort the data. So sort the data into ascending order of teacher name. Ascending order of teacher name. So if you want to get the sort, so you just have to click on the report layout and then sort. So you can remove this sort icon here. So if you want to sort, you click on this place, and then this shows, and then you add a sort. So our sort will be based on teacher name, and it has to be in ascending order. So you can see A on top. Okay, so ascending order of teacher name. Okay, A on top, and then descending order of science. Okay, so let's add another level of sort here. So you want to add, and then science this time around. You want to do is it ascending again? Okay, it's descending, so which means it's from biggest to smallest. So you want to click here, you want to largest to smallest descending. Okay, so that's the sort. So it makes it easy for us. All right. Okay, so that's that for the sorting. We're good with that. So calculate the number of students and places this. So which is the next question actually. Uh, it calculates the number of students and places this at the end of the report. Okay, and has a label new science. So let me just copy that label, new science group size, right? So let me just copy that. Fully visible to the left of this value has the label new science group size, fully visible to the left of this value. Okay, so there's no particular way to do this because basically this calculation is just asking us the number of records here. So I can just go to any of the records. Let me remove this sorting icon here. I'll just go to any of the records, and it didn't indicate exactly okay under which field. So anywhere it's okay, right? So I'll just go to any field and then make sure you're in layout view, and then you want to right click and then go to uh, this total design, because since I'm in the under design and text, so that's what's going to give me. So my interest would be to count the records, not the values, but the count the records, right? Even counting the values will still give you the same thing. So this is 27. So it gives us 27 records, which is absolutely correct, right? So I want to resize. In fact, I want to move it to this side. So it doesn't even, it's not under any of the fields, as a matter of fact, okay? So because the question never indicated that, okay? So of course it has a label, new science group size, which I've already copied. So I want to right click, I want to set option, I want to set a caption, and then give it a caption here. So I'm going to paste that here. Okay, so I think it's overlapping, so I need to shift it a bit to the side and then move it a bit to this side also. Okay, so I think it's okay the way it is. Okay, so the calculation is done. So the last one will be to display your name, center number, and candidate number in the footer so it appears in the same position on every page. Okay, on every page. Okay, so we have the, so making sure no other data is displayed in the footer. So this is very, very important. Okay, so we want to make sure that the only thing that will exist in the footer will be our name, center number, and candidate number, right? So you want to go to the design view. You want to go to design view here. Now you want to go to the page footer here. Okay, because whatever you put in here will appear on every page actually. Okay, so we want to delete this because they don't want anything to be there, right? So of course these are the page what's it called, yeah, page numbers and the date. So we just remove those placeholders. So you want to go to the report design tab. You want to click on this label. You want to have your name. So let me put my name there. Okay, comma, and then you have NG156 and then 0004 will be my candidate number. So I'm going to okay that. So you want to bring let me just resize it a bit. You want to bring it up a little bit, and then bring this up a little further too. Okay, okay. Okay, so that's about it. So when you go to your report view, you're going to see that your name is written down here. Okay, with no all this page number and whatever and the dates written there. So this is how it's meant to be. Okay, all right. So so of course this our title is looking good because it's because from the question I don't think I referenced the question. Where is that? Okay, visible in, so has a new, sorry, includes a title here, so which is this one. Okay, title here displayed in the larger font, fully visible at the top of the report. So which is this title here. I think is big enough, so I don't think I'm going to do anything because it's larger than, it's obviously large right there. Okay, so I'm good with that. Okay, so let's see if another thing. So place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the database formula used to calculate the number of students. Okay, so I'm going to just get to design view, and then I'm interested in the formula I used here. So I want to expand this formula, so I use the count all, right? So I'm going to take a screenshot of the formula. So let me just take the screenshot of the formula. This is the formula I used, and then copy that. Uh, that's step what? Step what is this? Step 22, evidence. Okay. So I want to go to my evidence, and then paste that here, evidence 22, and then have it there. Okay. All right. So that's for that. So save and print your report. Okay. So it's time for us to print the report. So you want to, okay, let me just have it in report view actually. So this is how it's going to look like, right? So let's go and print and see how our printout is going to be like. So click on file and then print preview. You want to click on print preview here. So how many pages do we have? We have 2 pages. This one that is just popping out in the second page, I don't think there's so of course your name is in the printout, each printout. So I don't think any you penalize for anything, because of course, but this spilling over like this. So let's see whether we can actually adjust it. Let's go to design view. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to adjust the what's it called, the detail. Maybe adjust this part a bit. Let me see, adjust here a bit. Okay, I don't think so. Let me just play on details. Let me just hold this like this, selecting them using what's it called, control. So let me just pop it up a little bit, bring them down a little further, and then move them up a notch, making sure, I want to be sure that everything is showing, all the data is showing, and then push this up a notch, just a notch, and then see whether there's any change. Okay, I think it closed up, but we want to make sure that all the data is showing. Very, very important. So let me see. So if it doesn't really get to the next, so you can adjust it that way actually, and then it may get into one page, because the idea is to just make it to get into one page. So let me go to file and then go to print and then preview, and then see whether everything's going to be on one page. And I think I've succeeded in bringing everything to one page. Okay, so that's how to do that. Okay, instead of spilling over and wasting your paper or something like that. So we're good with this. So I'm going to save the changes and then close this, I suppose. So we've saved and then we've printed our report. Okay, so let's get over to 23. Okay, so 23 says, using fields from all the tables, produce a tabular report that selects only the records where the class code is 5C and the house name is mass, showing only the fields, gender. Okay, so let's create a query on this. Okay, so let's go to create. We want to go to query wizard. We want to okay this. Okay, so let's see the fields, gender and family name. Okay, so where's gender? So gender in that order. Okay, so it's important that we have it in that order, because this order with data and labels displayed in full. So let's make sure that we take note of that. Okay. Okay, so we have the family name, given name. Where's family name here? Is it here? Let's see, family name. Is he looking at me? Oh my god, look at it. Okay, so family name, and what else? Given name. Okay, given name is nice here. And then after given name, we have house name and maths. Okay, so let me go look for house name here. House name. House name. Okay, sorry, house name is here. And then maths should be in test, I guess. Okay, yeah, maths here. What else? Computer science and teacher name. Okay, computer science actually, not science, but computer science and the teacher name. So let me go to staff to look for that staff teacher name. Okay, so we nest that and then nest that. So here I'm going to give it step 23, question 23 query here. So I want to finish that. So our query is here. Okay, so let's filter this query using the criteria given. So select only the records where class code is 5C. Class code is 5C. So you want to go to your design view here of your query. Okay, so the class code is not actually given here. So I can pick it from a staff table. Okay, I can pick it from staff table or any other place it appears. So let me just class code, right? Let me be sure for I'm doing. Okay, yeah, class code. So let me just double click here and then it adds it for us here immediately. Okay, so we can actually filter where it is 5C here. Okay, class code is 5C. Okay, so we can run that and then see that class code now everything is C, right? But remember that we don't need this field here. So we want to make sure that we uncheck this box. So when you uncheck it and run it, class code will not more appear. Okay, because it is not needed in the question. So we just used it to filter our query. Okay, so that's for that. So the next one is house name is mass. So we go to house name. Where is house name here? So house name is mass. Okay. I don't think it's case sensitive. I like to type it the way I see it. Okay, so house name is mass. This is what we have. Okay. Good. Okay, so the question said that we should not group. Okay, no grouping. Okay, so what's next? And then okay, so we're going to do the rest and the rest of this in the report. So just like we did in the first report. So I'm going to save my changes and then close this and then go to create and then of course report wizard. Okay, so my interest will be in my question 23 query here. So I'll push all the fields right here and then go next. No grouping in any form. So we're going to sort later on in the report, just like we did. So here is a place that we need to take note of. So page has a page orientation of portrait. So we need to take note of that. Portrait already selected, tabular already selected, and then of course fit on a single page. So this is already checked. It's already checked here. So we're good with that. Tabular report also taken care of. So we're good with that. So I'm going to next and I'm going to name this question. Okay, so let me just do exactly what I did in case if there's so includes a title. So I'm going to also use the opportunity to get this done. So includes a title. Okay, so let me just drop this. Let me select and then copy that. Okay, includes the title year 5 test report for maths. So I'm going to give it that title as a matter of fact, displayed in a larger font size, fully visible as at the top of the report. So I'm going to give that report this name. So that's the title I'm going to give it here, so that it will just give it to me at the top of the page. Okay, so I'm going to just okay that and then it gives it to me here. So I think this is what I do most of the time, just to make it easy for me. All right, so now it is created. So before we continue, we want to make sure that all data is showing. So we do what we normally do: click here and then hold down Control key and then resize it a bit, and then click here, hold down Control key, resize it a bit, make space for making sure that all labels are visible. Okay, so I'll click, hold down my Control key again, and then remove and then move it. Okay, math. Move this also to the side here. Let me just give it notch it further because of this science. Hold on my Control key again and then move this. Is it computer science actually? Okay, it is. So you need more space. Then I have teacher here. And I think I'm good with it, how the teacher is appearing. So I'm just going to just reshape this a little further. And then it's cool. Okay. All right. So see that the page one, the page number is showing here, and then the date is showing here actually. So okay. So we're good with that. So the next thing is to sort. We need to sort this, okay? This is indicated here. So sort the data into ascending order of gender. So let's do that first of all. Ascending order of gender. Are we in layout view? So we want to make sure that we're in layout view. So we want to go to sort here. So from report layout design, you want to click on group and sort. You want to add the sort. So it has to be on gender. So you want to click gender. So gender has to be, let's see, ascending order of gender. So which is 8 on top. So which is cool. And then ascending order of family name. So family name. So let's add a level of sort family name, and it has to also be A to A on top, which is ascending order of family name. Okay, so we're good with that. So let me just also strike that out. So that is done, right? So calculate the average maths mark in this selection. So let's get this done. So average maths mark in this selection and positions this number below the maths column. Okay, displays this average mark with 0 decimal places. Okay. Okay, so let's go to and then with the average. Let me remove this and then so under maths here. So you want to just click on maths. You want to right click. You want to go to two-term math. So you want to be on average. Is that average? I said. So average maths mark. Okay. So you want to just right click and then total math. So you want to calculate average when you're interested in the formula average. So that keeps it right directly below maths, right? So the next, so let me just strike out this. So we've done this now. So it's below maths column and then displays this average mark with 0 decimal places. So let's reduce this to 0 decimal places. So you want to click on that, or you can right click and then go to, so either you click on it and then go to property sheet here, okay, or you can right click and go to property, any one of them. So you want to make sure that the format here is fixed, okay, and then that will shut it to, so you can now set it to 0 decimal place. So by default it's already in 0 decimal place here, so we're good. Okay, so I will reshape this a little further here. So let's see the next thing. So this is done. So includes the label average math score. So let me just also copy that average math score for convenience sake. So of course in the exam you're going to type this. If you're a student watching this, you're going to type it yourself because the question will be in hard copy, but I'm doing this for convenience sake. So includes the label average math score fully visible to the left of this value. Okay, so of course you want to right click on your value, you want to click on set caption here, so you want to actually paste it right there. So let me just adjust this a little further and then go to the back here and then bring it as close as you can to it. So, and I think it's cool like this. Okay, so I think it's okay like this. Okay, so that's for that. Let's see. So we've been able to get this done. Okay, so this already done, and then has your name, center number, and candidate number displayed at the bottom of the report. At the bottom of the report. Okay. Bottom of the report. So it has to be in the footer. Okay. So let me see. Bottom of the report. So let's put it in the footer. So let's go to design view. You want to actually, let me just move these a bit. So I don't want to remove that because the question never said we should remove it. So I can easily remove this, but I don't want to because the question never said so. So I'm going to simply go to report design. You want to click on label and then have your placeholder here and then write your name. NG1156, 0004 will be my candidate number. So I'm going to have it like that and then see how it appears. So it appears here. So I'm not going to do anything. I don't want to change anything. So I will just leave it the way it is, because the question never indicated that. So I'm good. So let me just move this down a bit just to match the rest. So if I look at it, so it will just be aligned with the rest here. I think I'm good with that. So what's the next question here? So your name, serial number, and candidate number displayed at the bottom of the report. So that is done. Okay. Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the database formula used to calculate the average mark for maths. Okay. So let's do that. So you want to go to design view. Sorry, design view here. And then this is the what's it called, the formula that we use. So you want to make sure that the level, everything is showing. So I want to resize this so that it shows the average of mass that we used. So here you can now take your screenshot. So let me just take my screenshot. Okay, take my screenshot here. This is what is needed. I'm going to simply copy it and then go to my evidence 23. I want to paste it right there. Okay, let me just step it down a notch. Okay, so we're good with that. So save and print the report. So let's see how our printout is going to look like. So I'm just going to go to file straight up and then print and then print preview and then everything. Okay, as you can see, look at this. This is going off a little bit. I don't know why it's going off a little bit, our distant report view. So let me just go back and see how it looks in the report view. As you can see, this is actually the report view. So it's very, very important for you to look at things from report view before you print. As you can see, I wouldn't know why it's showing like this. So, but I will kind of move it to the left a bit to see if it gets corrected. So let's go to layout view. So layout view, so it shifted a bit, maybe because of the adjustment that we did before. Okay, so I'm just gonna click and then adjust this again. Okay, to fit in. So let me just get it closer, the label, to get it closer to the 76. And then yeah, so let me go back to print preview again and then see how it's going to look like. So everything is looking pretty good, and our name is showing below here, and then so we're good with this. All right, so you can go ahead and print this and then get your full mark. Okay, so I'm going to save my changes. Yeah, and then let's see the next 24. So let's see 24. Export the report created at step 23 in portable document format, which is the PDF. Save the exported file in your work area with the file name year 5. So let me just copy year 5. Let me copy this. Okay, so Control C to copy it. So let's go export this the report that we created. Let's export it. So for me to export, I want to go to where is this? I think it's somewhere around. So let me just be in report view. Let me go to report view. Okay. External data. So you want to click on external data. You want to click on PDF here. So it will convert it to PDF for you. PDF or Excel. So it's going to convert it to PDF. So another way to do that is to close your table, and then you want to go to the file, right? So the file is the year 5 test test report for maths. So you want to right click on it. You want to go to export. You want to go down to PDF or XPS here. So you want to click on it, and then the same thing will happen. So I want to save it in my work area. So I'll open my work area here. I already have a 5 here because I did this a while ago. So yeah, so I will save it right there. Okay, so let me just save it for the sake of the this video. So the 5 here, and then I will just publish. I will replace yes. Okay, so it will show like this. All right. So this is how it's going to show. Okay, so let's see the next thing. The next question will say, place in your evidence document a screenshot to show the exported file saved in your work area. Make sure there is evidence of the name and file type. Okay, so let's see the screenshot of where we saved it. So I'm going to go to my work area. So it's here, right? So as you can see, one of the things that you have to make sure is that the extension is showing, which is a PDF, or the type here is showing. So if your type is not activated, you can right click and then click on type. As you can see, if I click here, the type goes. So if I right click again and then click the type, it stays there. Now, if you want your extension to show, you want to go to this CMON, you want to go to these three dots, you want to get to options. Now, you want to go to view, you want to click on view tab. Now, you want to get down to, I think somewhere around here, hide folder report. Okay, so I think somewhere down here. So let's see. So hide extension. So make sure it is not checked. Hide extensions for known file types. Okay, so make sure it's not checked so that your file extension here will be shown. Okay. All right. So so let's take a screenshot to show the exported file. So let's just do that. Sorry. Let's do that here. Okay. So let me just take a screenshot. Let me just take this screenshot here. Yeah, and then copy that. I may have to actually crop it, so I'll paste it right there. I think the interest is the what's it called, the year 5, but I'm going to just let me just leave it like this. So the year 5 is there, the type is there, everything is shown. Okay, so that is that. Okay, so let me close this. Yeah, so let's go to the question. So here everything is done here, and then I think that's the end of this database part of the question paper 2-1. All right, so so you're going to get yourself 30 marks if everything is done right. Okay, so I think that's the end of it. So I'll see you guys in the next one, and take care of yourself. Bye.